Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Mr. Robinson, sweet and little crazy, Scotty. What's happening, y'all? Roland Yellowhorn, what's up? Good, good. Sorry I'm late, you guys. My week suspension is up. Apologize about that as well. Won't be happening again. What up, Taylor? Gail Jacobs, how you doing? What you playing, bro? Playing that Call of Duty? That sniper rifle. Better watch, you can't say that either. Doom, nice. That's a classic, man. It's been around forever, since the 90s. How's it going, Pedro?
But I gave some chips. I gave some juice.
What's everybody up to tonight? Outlaw, what's happening, man? You guys check out my videos? Are aliens real? Oh, yeah. Tim Williams, what's up, buddy? Did you guys check out my last the videos from today at all? All right, bud. All right. Just glad my
And all right, we're done.
Do I know?
If you feel any unusual symptoms, just call that number below.
I am a banana song? Nah, man.
No.
I heard that.
What? I already got all 5. But sir, you
cool, man. Awesome. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Blood Wolf, what's up?
Pfizer, J&J.
What'd you think?
Some sketchy off.
The Rudolph Mandela effect got good returns. So did Statue of Liberty. That was a crazy one. I wasn't so sold on the Ellis Island thing. I didn't know for sure about that, but man, that Black Tom incident, man. That Black Tom incident. I had never ever heard that. What validates what I say? Whether I say it or not, or I put it in the comments or not, I always have solid sources on my work. I don't like to share my sources. You know, if you guys can't, if you find them, that's on you, man. But I don't share them for a reason. The reason I don't share them is because I don't want people to steal my content and my content sources. Oh, yeah. And you know, that's the Sphinx. The reason it has that nose job, I heard, was, and this was on the History Channel. A lot of my sources are from, like, History Channel. I get a lot of stuff. I watch their YouTube all the time. Gaia Project, they have a lot of good sources as well. They're a very good source. In fact, you can download it right on your app. Gaia. It's pronounced Gaia. Yeah, that has a lot of good sources. But on the History Channel, I saw the Sphinx's nose job was due to Napoleon during his escapades. He took a cannon and shot it off. If you can believe that. They don't tell you that. But that, if you look at it, and if you look at it from directly on, you can see perfect cannonball-sized holes, about 3 of them. Why he did it? Who knows? Yeah, there you go. Good job. Good job, Mazer. Ryder Josh, what's up? Yeah, I gotta watch it, man. What's up, Smokey Fantastic? What's happening? Thank you for the bag, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate those money bags. Any gifts are very welcome, guys. I love it. Yeah, so Pretty Villain, what's happening? What's happening? Hi from Houston. Hello from Michigan. How's everything going down in Houston, bro? In fact, since that ice storm there you guys got, curious to hear about that. I heard you guys' electric bills were skyrocketing. Yeah, Cannon, bro. Charlie Ward. All right. Write him down. Charlie Ward. Yeah, man. Nordic Blondes. If you're talking the Vikings, not so much. I know a little bit about the Nordic alien race. Hey, appreciate that, bros. Appreciate that. I need a horn. The Nordic Blondes, as far as the Vikings, not so much, though, like I said. Supposedly, hey, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. I was getting some good traffic on the page today, you guys. For real, for real. Yeah, appreciate it. Confetti, let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Smokey Fantastic. I like it. I like it. So, how many of you guys knew? Yep, I'm back. Thank you. How many of you guys knew the Statue of Liberty? Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island, or on Liberty Island, not Ellis Island. Did you guys check that out? Avians? Yeah, the Black Tom incident, man. I was never taught that in school. I don't know about y'all. I had a couple people comment from the older generations where they did include that in their curriculum, but I had a lot of kids, sophomore to senior year, comment today that said they had never, ever been taught about the Black Tom incident. And that is a travesty, you guys. That should piss you off. Our public school system is doing us no justice on that tip. They should be telling us stuff like that no matter what. Even if, so what happened, for those of you that don't know about it, the Black Tom incident. In World War I, the United States in the beginning opted not to partake. They decided not to partake. So at the same time, though, they were supplying munitions to all of Germany's opposers pretty much in Europe, namely British and the France, because those have always been the two stronger military powers over there. So the Germans sent over they sent over a handful of agents, 4 to 5 agents, and they, Black Tom Island is where they were holding the trains that were supplying the munitions to the boats to take overseas. And it was considered one of the largest non-nuclear explosions in history. They blew up all the munitions, and it totally wrecked Black Tom Island, and it was a huge explosion. It totally wrecked half the Statue of Liberty too at the time, supposedly. So, what Germany ended up having to do was pay the rail company that owned the rail company they blew up, that was hauling the munitions. They ended up having to pay them $50 million in a settlement. But since World War II happened, it stalled the payment. They did end up having to pay over $100 million to the United States for the Statue of Liberty damage as well. It was at that point, and I've heard other stories about this as well. It was at that point they blocked off entrance to the torch. So I don't know how many. What up, bad guy? I don't know how many of you know about that or have heard that. I heard a lot of people talking, saying, no, I have been in the torch in the Statue of Liberty after, obviously, 1916. If they're alive today, there's a really good chance that, it was after that. So, yeah, man. A lot of people thought it was on Ellis Island. I did a Google search, a Google usage search, and almost every search was, when did the Statue of Liberty get placed on Ellis Island, not Liberty Island. So, hey, thank you guys. Yeah, Mandela effect. The Rudolph one that I did, got more, knowing that it was all teeth that got pulled on Bumble the Snowman. All his teeth got pulled. Now, here's the discrepancy there. I seen, as far as my comments went, I saw The older generation said all teeth, while the younger generation said just one tooth. Now, I don't know if at one time they changed it, or if because the older generation's older and we were younger while the movie was playing, our memory isn't quite as fine detailed, doesn't notice the details as well. That could be too. That one was a little easier to, I wish I was a time traveler. That would be easier to decipher, to come to that conclusion. So at the end of the day, the Rudolph one was a little suspect, but man, that Liberty one and the Black Tom incident, you guys, I don't know if they didn't put that in our curriculum because the U.S. was kind of saying, hey, I'm not going to be a part of the World War I, but I'm going to still supply ammunitions. That means you're being a part of the war at the end of the day, essentially. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why the United States or Germany, why the United States didn't keep it in the curriculum. You know how they like to censor things. So I'm glad you all are here. Thank you for showing up tonight. Check out my YouTube. Link in the bio. I had a lot of people on my link in the bio today. I was averaging 100 all day. Traffic was good. My YouTube's starting to finally pop. Thank you. The secrets of the Sphinx. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna cover the story with you guys tonight a little bit. What ended up happening after my post, but I'm also gonna post a second half to that story because you guys, it's crazy stuff. It's insane. I cannot believe the document I stumbled over about the Sphinx's secrets. It's insane. I would have never guessed it in a million years. It's on hiddenfromhumanity.com. I found it. So it's gnarly, you guys. This guy that wrote it, Simon Day, he released the information in 2013. This information was just released. And it's intense. It's intense. It covers a lot of ground, and it's all firsthand accounts. All firsthand accounts. You read it, and you guys, I read it, and I just already know. It's facts. It's facts. I already know it. So, take it for what you will. But, yeah, what I'm telling you guys is not bullshit. I usually try to say, is it a legend? If it's bullshit, I usually say is it a legend? Or if it is a legend, I'll say this, the legend of. Then I don't know. That's either it is bullshit or I don't know for sure. You know what I mean? So, kind of watch for that. Kind of like the Wendigo. I do believe in the Wendigo. I believe the first-hand accounts that I had. The Wendigo is pretty wild. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that yet. Egyptian stuff found in the Grand Canyon. So, the Wendigo is popping off right now, though, you guys. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's probably like the third or fourth row on my page. You'll see it's got about, last I checked, 475,000 hits. Based on true events, based on true witness accounts. So check it out. Check it out. Hey, what's up, Michigan? Let's go. Hookah. What's happening, man? So yeah, I read this document, guys, and I was mind blown. It starts out just like my TikToks do. In 1978, and I had a guy comment on this, and I was like, all right, now I'm going to look it up, because I wasn't for sure. But I said that they had used ground-penetrating radar in 1978 to look under the Sphinx. And the guy says, bro, ground-penetrating radar didn't even come out till 2011. And I looked it up. Sure enough, that's what they said. But then I dug a little further, and lo and behold, the government held out on ground-penetrating radar on us for 30 to 50 years, anywhere in that range. So anyway, everybody knows that's common sense. The government doesn't release its best tech until it sees fit to release it. They will wait years, and they're still hiding tech from us. I mean, if you think they aren't, you guys gotta wake up, because they are absolutely hiding tech, and that's just That's just strategic advantage against other countries. You know, we got to keep our stuff under wraps. But in 1978, they did ground-penetrating radar by the pyramid, by the Sphinx, and by the pyramid in Giza, in the Giza Plateau. And they basically found a labyrinth of underground tunnels going all over the place, fam. They had up to, I want to say, there was like up to 7 to 10 levels, is what they said, under the Sphinx, and they had what was called a projection room. This is where all these steel tablets, basically, they found a bunch of steel, like it was a metal. They were like steel tablets, but it was probably much more advanced metal than what we use today, than as far as our steel goes. At first, they couldn't decipher what they said, but they found thousands of them stacked on top of each other. These tablets with ancient hieroglyphs on them, and they couldn't figure out what they read, obviously, because it was the 1970s, and we hadn't even had any probably didn't even have a damn class on ancient cuneiform writing, you know. So they actually figured out how to use them by sheer accident. One of the researchers happened to push down and then slide up on one of the steel tablets, okay? Almost like your smartphone, right? Almost like your smartphone. They pressed down and slid up, and a hologram appeared. A hologram. Now, I know we aren't quite there yet, but we have been working on it, and I know hologram sounds crazy, but I don't think at times we understand how advanced these humans were. These people that made this were said to be 30,000 years older than the Egyptians, okay? So they were old. They're ancient, you guys. They are very, very old. And their technology, it was before the cataclysms, was out of this world. Out of this world. So they sat there and they watched this hieroglyph, or they watched this hologram, excuse me. They watched this hologram for 2 hours. And what it was, they said it was almost as if they had a camcorder out in the universe for 100,000 years. And it had this basically like a storm with stars and all kinds of asteroids and space debris in it. It was just a massive storm. And basically it showed them the start of our galaxy, okay? It showed them the start of our galaxy. Obviously, they said they could have sat there and watched it all night. I mean, thousands of hours worth of video, you guys. It said that it would have took 1 to 2 years to watch all the video and present it to the public. Now, a video was supposedly going to be released called Chambers of the Deep and Secrets of the Sphinx. This the main guy, this guy was a scientist. Where are we at here? 43. Let me get to my page. I want to tell you all his name. Where's he at? 43. Come on, man. But yeah, they showed me hieroglyphs from the Sumerians. The rooms under the Giza Sphinx. All right, right here. This was an account by a doctor, I want to say. It was a doctor on the trip, and he was there in 1978. He made this video of all the excavations of what they did and what they had to do to get under the Giza Sphinx and unlock the tunnels, okay? So before they got there, the tunnels were buried. One of the main tunnels was buried, and they found a reptilian skull. A reptilian skull along with all of his bones, his whole skeleton. They found his remains in one of the tunnels as if he had been in a battle. They said that it was obviously not made for giants under there. It was much smaller than what giants could hold down. So I don't know what happened with the giants. They probably had another way. But so in this projection room, you guys, you could watch the tablets, right? And you could enter 1 of 3 doors. There was 3 doors in these projection room, you guys. One was to Tibet, One was to Romania, Busegi Mountains, and the other was to Middle Earth, Agartha, or Shambhala, one of the two. One of the two. One of the doors was to Middle Earth. The projection rooms were amazing. I mean, what they had in those, what they did in there, absolutely insane. They could basically watch and see all of Earth's history going back. And what's crazy is they said that there has already been 5 types of humanoids, or Homo sapiens, to walk the Earth, all created by ancient alien factions. We're the 5th type. We're the 5th type. So before us, there has been 4 different Homo sapiens to walk the Earth already that they made. Now, they said there's a total of 7. That's the scary part, right? When I heard that, it kind of spooked me. They said there's going to be a total of 7 that walk this Earth throughout history. So there's 2 more types of humanoids, or Homo sapiens, that are going to walk the Earth before it's all said and done. We're the 5th. Now, what does that mean? Basically, who knows? I mean, hopefully, by the time they want to put the 6th one here, we've done figured it out, and they take us into their world, right? They said Middle Earth is used for preservation, simply the preservation of the human species and its genetic code, DNA, all the way through time, every type. They keep them at Middle Earth, at least small factions of them that figured out how to live in love and light and pure harmony. You got to have a good heart. You got to live in love and light and pure harmony. No stress, no negativity, no nothing on the brain. So, that's what they want from us. So this is the craziest part of this story. They didn't let me post the one video because it has to do with Jesus. Okay, I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is just what the account said. All right. I appreciate you guys. Hell no, I ain't getting the vaccine. Hell no. No, sir. You think that'll put a lot of you guys out? You think that'll put a lot of you guys out if I talk about Jesus? It's called the Busegi. So it's called, since y'all are in my live, people were asking me on my page, but I don't tell them. If you want to come get some inside info, go to my live, you guys. If you want to get that inside info, go to my live. The Busegi Mountain Secrets by Simon Day. The Busegi Mountain Secrets by Simon Day. If you guys want to check it out. Yeah, I changed it, bro. I changed my username, yeah. And the reason I did, and I probably shouldn't have because it probably swerved a lot of my followers. But obviously the reason I did is obvious, right? I mean, I didn't want anything edgy like that. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, I changed it, man. I did. I was at Green Lady 87. The implications of that are what, and I didn't want that anymore on my page. So I changed my stuff to Night God 333. Because 333 is a number of love and light and good vibes, good auras, and prosperity, all that shit. No, I ain't fictional, bro. I ain't fictional. It's Simon Day. This one was not written as fiction, no way. No, 3:33. 3:33. 3:33 a.m. can be looked at as witchery or witchcraft, maybe demons. Busegi Mountain Secrets. And this is all factual, man. You just read it. It ain't bullshit. You can tell. So basically, what the deal is. Hey, thank you for the money bags. Appreciate you on that. So they went to another room, okay? They went to another room. After this, Caesar's name was the name of the lieutenant showing the doctor around. I'm just going to call him the doctor for now. The doctor was being shown around, and Caesar said, "Hey, let's stop watching these steel tablets. I got a room that I saved last for you. This is the room that I saved last." And they walked in it, and it had 2 meter tall crystal in the corner. He said it was the most beautiful crystal he had ever seen. It was so clear, it looked diamond, like glass. And I am currently single. So this crystal had amazing power, fam. And there in the middle there was a pedestal, a cylindrical pedestal. And supposedly, you walked up to this cylinder, and you'd place another crystal over it, and this crystal would help you time travel. It would let you time travel. It would somehow grab your soul. It would grab your subconscious, and it would let you time travel. But you could not travel in body. You could only travel in orb form, soul form. So it's basically like astral projecting. You ever heard of astral projecting? Basically this is the Sphinx. They found this under the Sphinx. It was like 7 levels down, I want to say. And you guys on the way down, they had to take dinghies and cross lakes and massive rivers. They said before they got to these chambers, there was whole caverns that were metropolises. They were buildings as tall as the buildings we have, as tall as the cathedral that we have today. These buildings were insane. So you got to see these beautiful metropolises and all these beautiful buildings underground where there was these massive subterranean caverns. And then they got to these other chambers. First, it was the projection room, which I told you had 3 doors. One went to Tibet, because there's a pyramid in Tibet on the Baikal Mountains, Baikal. The Baikal Mountains in Tibet are actually a pyramid. And they have tunnels going under them as well. This is the crazy shit. These tunnels, you guys, travel thousands of miles. Not just a little ways, thousands. Thank you for the gifts, you guys. Thank you. So the other door went to Romania. This is the Bucegi Mountains. And then you guys, if you haven't, cake, I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. So the Bucegi Mountains, you guys, they kind of fly under the radar. They're in Romania. And they have what looks like another Sphinx. It looks like another Sphinx. I wish I could change my background while I'm live. Maybe I can. No. Just my facial features. I don't need to do that. Flip camera, admin, settings. Nope. Next time, I'll put it on next time. Thank you. Thank you for the disco ball. That's what's up. Appreciate you. Missing 411 is cool as hell. So the other one went to Bucegi Mountains in Romania, and I found a picture, you guys, of Bucegi Mountain in Romania, and they get visited. It's a tourist attraction, but all the tunnels are blocked off. Anything that leads anywhere is always, of course, blocked off. Excuse me. But you can see they have a statue that looks like a Sphinx, but it's just much more weather-torn than the one in Giza, okay? So I'm telling you, it's another Sphinx. And they have a bunch of rocks put in circles around the Sphinx. A bunch of rocks put in circles, kind of like what I believe to be a Stargate. Thank you, Mary Beth. I appreciate you. Thank you, Snowflake. So what I believe are Stargates are around the Sphinx, okay? They said once they got to these tunnels, that's the projection room. The projection room, they found tablets that were steel, and they slid up on them, and they projected holograms telling in perfect detail what was on the tablet in cuneiform writing. Ancient hieroglyphics. So after the projection room, they went to another room where they found basically a time machine. This time machine would basically let you travel out of body, like remote viewing or something along those lines, astral project. So the Caesar proceeded to tell